My parents asked if their grandchildren could visit them for a week.
Here we are.
This is where our mom grew up. I've wanted to spend time with you for so long.
Miss you guys!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Nick's Flicks Fix. It's Nick here and today I'm bringing you a review for M. Night Shyamalan's new film, The Visit. The Visit follows two kids. One's an aspiring filmmaker and the other one is an aspiring rapper, and they are sent away to their grandparents' house who they've never met before for a week to get to know the grandparents while the mum goes away on holiday. Things start out quite normal. The grandparents are very happy they're there. Kids are having a good time, but then shit starts getting really, really weird. And when I mean weird, I mean like really freaking weird.
Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best you two shouldn't come out of your room after that. See you in the morning.
9:30? 9:30.
This is an M. Night Shyamalan film. I'm a fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I love The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, and The Village, which was his first four films. And he started off really, really well with his career. And then he made things like The Last Airbender and After Earth and The Happening, which is kind of a guilty pleasure film for me. And no one thought he was ever going to be able to make a semi-decent film again. He was only just making these crap bombs. And I'm happy to say that The Visit isn't his best work yet, but it's definitely a start. If he can keep making smaller films like this, films that he's passionate about, getting away from the studio system, he could really, really make a name for himself again. The film's marketed as a horror film, but I would actually say it's more of a horror disguised as a dark comedy. It's a funny film. It's really funny. The two kids are really, really likable, especially the boy, who's played by Ed Oxenbould. He's an Australian, as is the young girl. They're both Australians. And the boy kills it in this film. Like I said, he's an aspiring rap artist, and when he raps and freestyles, oh dearie me, it is some funny, funny shit. It's very quick-witted, but he's also, his one-liners when the weird stuff starts happening in the house are phenomenal as well. The girl's great as the aspiring filmmaker. There's a lot of heart with her character. There's actually a bit of a side story involving her and things with her mother and separation from their father and things like that, where she had to have a lot of emotional scenes, and she really, really kills it and really brings some great acting to those scenes. The film is shot found footage style, which I've said before, when it's done not well, it can be really friggin' annoying, because you understand that the only reason they did found footage was because it was the cheapest way to do it, and it is a cheap, efficient way to film. Like, Shyamalan really utilized found footage in this film. It's filmed as a documentary. The girl wants to make a film for her mum, so she's documenting everything. Kind of makes sense, and a lot of people in my theater were saying, just turn the camera off. I'm like, I kind of get why they're filming, because you have to see that it's two kids experiencing this weird stuff, and in the day and age that we live in, we film everything. As soon as something out of the ordinary happens, our phones are out and we're filming it. And that's what these kids do. Weird things start happening, so the camera comes on straight away, and they start capturing it all, and it works well within the film, it works well as found footage, and it really adds to the story of the film. Another great thing with the acting is the grandma. The granddad's great too. He has a few weird moments, but the grandma is the one who's really tripping out in this film. And by God, does she have some weird moments, but she kills it. She is genuinely, genuinely creepy. Even towards the start, you know that something's a bit off, but it just generally gets worse and worse and scary and scarier.
What is that? It's 10:47. We think there's someone outside the door. What the hell was that?
My only gripe with the film is that there's sometimes some tonal inconsistencies. Like I said, it's a horror and a dark comedy at the same time. Sometimes the humor really works, and other times it takes away from the suspense. There's a lot of suspenseful moments, but I think the film could have been a lot scarier if they focused on the horror rather than the comedy. Not to say the comedy was bad. I really enjoyed the jokes, and I really enjoyed the innocence of the kids going through this situation, but it just fell really flat sometimes, or it just really meddled with the suspense. I really, really enjoyed this film. I like horror films, and this film, by the end, was genuinely creepy enough for me to be freaked out a bit, but the thing is, it took way too long to get very scary. It was, you know, an hour of a dark comedy and then half an hour of a really, really, really messed up horror film. All in all, I would say you can wait for this to come out on DVD if you want to see it. Definitely check it out at the cinemas if you're a horror fan though. But as a movie, you can definitely wait till DVD to check this one out. There's my review for The Visit, guys. I thank you so much for watching. Be on the watch out. I have a few more reviews coming this weekend for The Martian and The Intern. Until then, go see a movie sometime.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?